Hi, I'm Jose Hernandez, and I am a part-time videographer, full-time business owner, and this channel is dedicated to kind of like go through the journey of what I've been going through in order to build up a videography business outside of my normal 9-to-5 business. Now, I know that sounds kind of crazy that I have a full 9-to-5 business that takes a lot of dedication to run, and I'm also have my passion project business, which is this videography business. Now, I love filmmaking, I love making videos, and that's the reason that I actually created this business. The reason it became a business was because I realized how expensive it is as a hobby. So the only way that I could really justify buying all this gear and doing, and buying all this stuff really was to actually make some money out of it. Now, 5 years ago, I decided to pick up the camera and start filming people and start like really learning and trying to charge people for videos. I will say it has worked out so far. I have gone to the College of YouTube and learned most of what I've learned. So I'm pretty much self-taught, and I've gone through this journey, and it's really, really difficult to dedicate more time when you know that you're starting to see that like change in your workflow. You're starting to see the change in how many clients you're starting to get, and not feeling like I could give it my 100% because I do have other responsibilities, financial responsibilities for my other business. I mean, responsibilities to my family, to make sure that other business does not fail in order to keep the bills paid. And if this ever were to become a real thing where I could really make a living at it, then when that change actually comes, I should be ready, but not at the detriment of the other company. The other company has a lot of liabilities, where like videography, the liabilities are very small. I mean, what's the worst that could happen if you give somebody a bad video? They're gonna sue you for what? You give them a refund back. That's probably the worst thing that could happen. With my other business, I own a fitness equipment business, and it is very, 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 very exposed, let's just say, to all kinds of stuff. You got trucks out on the road, you got equipment that could fail, you have equipment that could get wet. I mean, there's all number of things. I could come up with 1,000 different reasons as to why my primary business is a huge liability. And that's probably the biggest reason why I actually started this. I wanted to make sure that I got myself in a situation where I don't have to use my body as much as I used to, because I've been using it for the last 24 years in the gym equipment business. And not just that, I wanted like less headaches, stuff more that I could control. And videography has been one of those things over the last couple of years who's really like helped me de-stress. Before I used to have a car. I'm a huge car guy, and I had some cars, and they started becoming a stress and no longer a hobby. And when that happened, I pretty much like just got burnt out, and even though I still have my projects, I've just got so burnt out, I didn't want to deal with it anymore, and it just kind of fell by the wayside. This, on the other hand, I kind of picked up because I'm artistic. I grew up a graffiti artist, and wanting to create stuff with my hands, wanting to draw, wanting to paint, all that stuff was always inside of me. So this gave me kind of like a happy medium where I could use some of my skills how I started. I could use some of these skills for my primary business, but at the same time still satisfy those things that I have inside that want me to create something, right? So, that being said, that's what this channel is about. The setup is a little different today. I have some small little lights. I'm filming on my Nikon ZR. I'm actually filming in Red Raw just because I want to be able to control the exposure here, because I'm not sure how well lit I am. And yeah, I just wanted to make sure it looks good when I post this on YouTube. But the main reason I'm actually making this video was because I was just here sitting thinking what that transition is like, and what it could be like to do a full-time transition. I sat around thinking, and I sat around just kind of working early today and felt a little deflated, and I wanted to just kind of like use that inside to create something. And I started like just kind of shooting some B-roll and stuff around the office. and it gave me the idea for this video. I guess it got my juices flowing and thinking about maybe the possible future. Now, things have been going really well. I have been booking a lot more jobs, which is amazing. But at what point do you take the plunge and you say, screw this business, I'm gonna start doing this, you know? And it sounds so selfish to do that because I have a family and everything to worry about. I have bills, I have people that work for me. So that is becoming harder and harder. But days like today where it was super stressful here in the office, I start to really wonder why I don't do it sooner, you know? And that's kind of what I've been wrestling with over the last couple of months. I know that I can make this a business. I know that I can make this a full-time business. And I know that I can book jobs and I can satisfy customers in it. I already see my quality of video growing as the years have passed, to the point where, you know, people willingly pay me, I mean, lately, lots of money to shoot content, videos, and stuff for them, and it's great, you know? So I say all that to say that, you know, I don't think that it's not possible, number one, that you could actually make the transition, even at my age, I'm 44, to change careers. But not only that, you know, as scared as I am, I know that I've always been a risk taker. So eventually I'm gonna take that risk and I'm just gonna shut this all down or I'm gonna evolve this into something totally different. You know, at some point, you know, my primary business has got to get a little easier. It's just been so hard. It could be the economy, it could be anything, but yeah, I mean, I want to keep the hope alive. I want to tell people that are out there that have been struggling to like book jobs or struggling to like, you know, learn about doing video, that it's totally possible, even on a part-time basis. It's taken me 4 to 5 years now to really like be able to charge people for videos. I've been charging people for videos for the last 2 years, 2.5 years I've been charging. Actually, no, now that I think about it, I've probably been charging people for the last 3 years. But I would say that over the last 1.5 years, I've gone leaps and bounds. So it's very sudden how it happens. Like you'll go from like just kind of being amateur and like not really knowing what you're doing to then all of a sudden you're like, you know, all of a sudden you're doing really good work and it has your own twist to it. So, you know, so don't let the dream die. That's what I have to say. And all of us have it difficult out here if this is something that you're trying to do because you still have to make a living and you're still learning. I've been fortunate that I own my own business, so I've been able to kind of learn on my own terms. I've been able to buy gear. I've been able to create content for my business, which actually helped me create content for others. You know, so maybe that's the step. Maybe you just learn how to create content for yourself and then learn how to, and then transition, I should say, to maybe sell it to other people. I like making commercial videos. I like making videos where like I'm using my marketing mind, because I do a lot of marketing for my company, to my advantage. But yeah, I mean, you know, your path could be totally different. And you know, I think that if it's something you feel deep down in here, I think it's totally worth it. So I know this is just kind of an odd video. You know, I don't know why I'm making it, but if you want to come along with my journey here, it's just, you know, I'm Jose Hernandez. Like I said, I'm a part-time videographer. If you're looking to become one too, if you're looking to grow your business, I'll give you some insights as to what I've learned as an amateur starting from zero. And there's no like, I'm not holding back. Like I'll tell you exactly how I do it. There's no shame to my game. So if you ever want to know, just ask. Any kind of question you ever do, just, you know, put it in the comments below, and I'll be more than glad to answer you how I did this or how I did that, how I'm booking jobs, maybe for an example, or, you know, what kind of gear did I start with? Am I renting stuff? Like, there's all kinds of stuff that I could give you. So yeah, Jose Hernandez, like, subscribe. If you made it this far, I don't know if anybody ever will, but yeah, I'm out. Peace.